Come on, let's go. We are currently sat beneath 16,000 pieces of bamboo that have all been connected by pegs made out of bamboo, suspended by bamboo. Take a look up. Really look. Every pole, every part of the structure has a job to do. Maybe perhaps your last time looking at it in detail was your first time here. Or maybe when you took your family or friends for a tour. Or perhaps when we were all kept away from the campus and you returned. The magic of it also returned. Our everyday life can very easily be taken for granted. And after spending 12 years here, it's easy for this to become school. Your friends doing amazing projects, student-led events that bring in activists from Indonesia and beyond. Parents that all seem to have successful startups. It's not easy to ask yourself, well, who am I? What power do I have? What if you doubt yourself that you wouldn't be any help? Or overthink if a project is really for you? What if you simply just say no? Or even worse, say nothing at all? Hi, I'm Nanda. I've been in green school for 12 years now, and I really enjoyed my time here. I met many great friends, became fluent in English, and became really attached to the place. During those 12 years, I've also had to see many of my friends go, some of which were my closest friends. But just like our bamboo structures, I stayed. When I first came to kindergarten, my English was mainly based on animals. That was my strength. Animals in English. But now, English has become one of my comfort languages. In a way, my foreign mother tongue. School was never really a problem for me. At a very young age, I made up my way of school. The CLH. Come learn home. Well, first I had to come to school. And of course, it would be the hardest part as it meant me waking up early. Next, learn. It's easy for me to listen to teachers, to peers, to engage. But I never raised my hands up and said yes to the extra mile. And next, and finally, home. The moment it hits 3:15, I'm out of here. And in most cases, it did work. I did pretty well throughout primary to high school. But after all those years, I felt something was missing. It just didn't feel right. I had all this time in my hands, but I didn't do anything with it. And I wanted to do something extra, but I didn't know where to start. And, of course, I went to playing video games or going to a friend's house. Fast forward to me ninth grade. I was new to high school, and I was amazed with all the projects that were happening around me. Some students were doing something along the lines of coral conservation, mangrove conservation, and many more. I had all these doubts in my head. I was thinking about it. I really wanted to join, but I didn't know where to start. I was thinking about, am I good enough? Would I actually enjoy doing this? All these thoughts eventually overtook me, and I ended up doing nothing. At the time, I didn't really mind it. I just went back to my own world, casually going through high school without a worry in my mind. And of course, spending most of my time playing video games. At the time, it felt great, but now looking back at it, it really wasn't. Soon after, the pandemic hit, and school shifted to online learning. Now, I had so much more time on my hands. I was used to the CLH method, and now it was the HLH method, the home learn home. At the time, I was in grade 11, and that's when it really hit me. What am I actually doing with my life? I had all this time in my hands, but I'm not really doing anything with it. It left me thinking for a while. My senior year was approaching, and I didn't really have anything to show for myself. And of course, I was quite worried. But in that moment of confusion, I made a promise to myself. I would make the best of my senior year with me stepping up to any possible projects. During the last block of grade 11, there was an internship opportunity to join the Carbon Zero program. And after reading the description in the class, I was actually more interested about improving my public speaking, as you never know when it will come in handy. So I took a gamble. I had nothing to lose, and I just wanted to try out something new. But soon after, the mindset of me just joining this internship to improve my public speaking was soon to be proven wrong. As although, yes, a part of the project was to improve public speaking, but it was way more than that. Carbon Zero is an existing Green School project, and this team was put together to revive it. The first main project was to figure out how we can reduce the carbon footprint of Green School and also the local community. As of 2019-2020 carbon audit, it was estimated that Green School generated about 5,238 tons of carbon that year. And this was cumulative data of Green School's waste, water, transportation, electricity, and food. And so, for the first few weeks, the team brainstormed about ideas and how we can reduce this carbon emission. We decided on three main parts to focus on, which were waste management, sustainable transportation, and also carbon reduction through agriculture. The project soon took off as we got in touch with the Sibang community. At the time, there was going to be a big ceremony that would take place in a few weeks, precisely October 2nd to the 5th. Ceremonies were an important space for us to connect with the local community and discuss about the amount of waste that piles up during these times. We were tasked to set up a small stall at the temple, and that's exactly what we did. We set up at the side of the temple, serving as a place where people can come in and sort their trash rather than mixing it all together, as improper sorting would impact the environment badly. At the end of the ceremony, the team managed to gather about 9 tons of waste. Each day, 2 to 3 buses were filled with waste from the ceremony, 60% of which were organic waste, mainly being offerings. And the other 40 were non-organic waste, mainly being plastic bags, plastic straws, and plastic cups. It didn't just stop there. The team branched off to multiple other projects, such as collaborating with a local organization called Tongedan that focuses on processing organic waste into something more useful. We also taught classes about organic waste and many more. At the time, I felt really excited. I was finally being a part of something. Although at times, even I felt it was a bit too much for me, I always remembered that promise to myself, which was to make the best of my senior year. And now, this is the new Nanda. Yeah. after some time being a part of the Carbon Zero project, my interest in bamboo slowly grew. So I was interested in researching more about it. After all, I've been surrounded by bamboo for 12 years now, and I barely knew anything about it. Out of the many things that I learned about bamboo, such as it being a great carbon sponge, absorbing 17 tons of carbon each year per hectare, and how it can store up to 30 liters of water during the rainy season and releasing it back during the dry season, what really amazed me was how fast it grew. Some species of bamboo could grow to that more than 1 meter a day, or about 4 centimeters in an hour. Well, to put that into perspective, I arrive at Green School at 8:15, and for example, this is by the end of the day, it could grow this much, about 28 centimeters, and that is quite long. Eventually, my interest in bamboo led me to getting the opportunity to join the Bamboo U course by John Hardy, of course, which I was really excited about. To be honest, I actually didn't know what to expect from it. I know it would involve bamboo, but I didn't know what I would take away from it. Well, to start it off, it went quite interesting. As the first day there, I met many new people, but older people than me. I won't lie, I was a bit nervous because I'm not that good with new people, but I just decided to go along with it. The first 5 days were more towards learning about bamboo itself, in which I took a particular liking to the day I learned about bamboo harvesting and bamboo treatment. And the last 5 days of the course were more hands-on. I chose to do carpentry and make something out of bamboo. At first, I was bamboozled. I didn't know what to make, but I decided to just keep it simple. I wanted to create a bamboo stool, but not just any normal stool. I wanted to incorporate the contemporary and the traditional aspects into the stool. I also wanted to learn a lot from the making process, such as laminating bamboo, finding the perfect size, creating fish mouths, and let's see. The process was not easy, especially with me having no prior knowledge about carpentry. At times, the bamboo would snap on me. I would get the measurements wrong, and during my first day of laminating, I got epoxy all over my pants. But luckily, I had the help of these wonderful carpenters that really helped me during the making process. And finally, after 5 days, I finished my bamboo stool. That's another bamboo stool, guys. Although with one of my pants being covered with epoxy, I was really proud of what I've created. I was really grateful to have gotten this opportunity. It has been one of the best experiences in my life. It allowed me to connect with new people and learn so much about bamboo. After this course, I wanted to give something back to the Greens community. I came back from this course with so much more information about bamboo. I thought I was going to be that bamboo guy at school. At the time, I realized that the bamboo nursery needed some repairs, as for a few years now, it has been quite run down, as it wasn't really taken care of. So I decided to restart it. Well, the first step was to clear out the place, in which luckily I had the help of my friends and also the Carbon Zero team. Yeah, so the process didn't take too long. Things were looking great. During Earth Day, I got my class to plant some bamboo seedlings. And it was great to be together as a class, but to also know that these bamboo would still be here even after we left. This was more of the first steps, and nowhere close and near the potential it can become. there's so much more space for the community to engage and for Green School to have a fully functioning bamboo nursery that connects with carbon offsets for our community. At one time, I was just that person that really didn't do much. I was just living my own world without a stress in my mind. But luckily, I had made that decision to make the best of my senior year. With me taking up on projects, of course, it gave me a little stress, but in a good way. With these projects, it made me more proactive and gave me a purpose. Of course, I wanted the thing that I'm doing to be something I'll be proud of, so I'd really put my heart into it. This gave me the opportunity to connect with the Sibang Kaju community, establish new connections with local organizations, learn so much about bamboo, getting the opportunity to join the Bamboo U course, and finally being able to restart the bamboo nursery. You don't know what you don't know until you know. This was true for me. Of course, at first I wasn't really into this kind of stuff, but as time went on, it grew on me. And this is all just because I had taken up on an opportunity. All I can suggest is for you to take up on opportunities, projects. Even if you're not 100% sure, just try it out. You have nothing to lose. And if anything, you'll gain something. I'm not telling you to overwhelm yourselves, but every now and then, just take up on projects and just see where it leads you. If you see a problem in your community, just think to yourself, how can I fix that? That's always a great way to start. Also, find people who's already trying to help and join in. Never doubt that a small group of committed, thoughtful citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Margaret Mead. I would like to thank my teachers, Ibu Harriet, Pag George, for really helping me throughout this process. The Carbon Zero team, Ibu Kate, Pakmade, Ibu Dayu, Ayu, and of course my friends for always being by my side. I would like to thank you guys for listening to my presentation. Thank you so much.